Hey everybody, it's Brooke with The Buttered Home and welcome to my messy kitchen. Today we have the ultimate chicken comfort food meal for you. We're going to be showing you how to make our cheese and bacon stuffed and smothered chicken casserole. It looks like a lot, but y'all, it's worth every little step. So stay with us. We're going to show you how to make it and you're going to want to make it on repeat. Okay, so over medium heat, we've got 1 tablespoon of melted butter that we're going to add into our pan. And then I have about 1/2 cup of onion diced and 1/2 cup of bell pepper diced. And we're just going to put those in the pan with the butter. Now this recipe calls for about 1/2 cup of diced onion plus a tablespoon, and we're going to be showing you what you do with that plus tablespoon here in just a minute. So we're going to saute these over medium heat just until they're soft. I have cooked and crumbled 12 slices of bacon. Yeah, that's 12 slices. It doesn't look like 12 slices, but after you crumble it, and I let it cool completely before I crumble it, and it never looks like enough. It just doesn't. And y'all, it doesn't matter if you're using salted or unsalted butter for this one. It'll end up being just as good either way. So now we're going to get our stuffing mixed together, and to a bowl I have 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, that 1 tablespoon of onion that we diced up and reserved, and we're just sweating these onions and peppers just until they soften a bit. Usually only takes about 3 to 5 minutes, and you can do that somewhere between medium and medium-low heat. Then to this we're going to add in 1 whole tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and this is our stuffing, so we need a ton of flavor in here, right? So it's going to look like we're adding a lot of stuff. Then we're going to also be adding in, if I can get it open, a whole tablespoon or a whole teaspoon of smoked paprika. And the reason why we don't use a ton of that is because it already has a whole lot of flavor anyway. We're using fresh minced garlic, and I'm putting about a tablespoon of it in there. And I'm going to keep that spoon. About a teaspoon of pepper. That seems like a lot, but we're getting a lot of our flavor from this stuffing right here. And about 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Just enough to kind of thin that cream cheese out. And I'm just going to get it started with just kind of mashing it with my spoon till we get it all mixed in that lemon juice. And it thins it a bit. All the while stirring my peppers and onions, and they're just about done. Okay. And this stuffing is going to look a little pink because of that smoked paprika, but it's not going to matter. Now we're going to take about half of these bacon pieces and fold them in to our stuffing. And that'll help take up a little bit of that liquid too. Woo! I could spread that on a cracker. Eat it just off this spoon, just like that. Man alive, it's good, I promise you. All right, I'm going to turn my heat off of my peppers and onions because they are good and ready. And I don't want them to cook any longer. Now, what I have here is I have about 2 pounds of chicken breast. Mine were pretty large and I wanted them pretty thin. So what I did is I just kind of split them down the middle and halved them lengthwise. So, and I'm gonna move this out of the way because we're gonna brown our chicken right here. So I'm actually gonna turn my heat back on to low. Then we're going to put about 2 tablespoons of this stuffing on each chicken breast. Now here comes the good and messy part. We're gonna take each chicken breast and carefully just kind of roll it up. And then I'm just gonna place it in the skillet, stuffing and all. And it's okay if we lose some of that stuffing. We're just browning this anyway. Just to kind of give it a jump for cooking it in the oven. Now we're just going to let those cook for just a little bit and brown. I'm going to flip them over and cook them on the other side. Now I'm going to carefully just kind of turn them and brown them on the next side. And like I said, don't worry about if your stuffing starts to come out. I promise you, it is okay. Because we're all about to dump it all in here. You see, they're starting to get nice and browned. And this just actually helps lock in some of the moisture there into the chicken. Now to another bowl, we're going to add in about half a can of cream of mushroom soup and 1/4 cup of water. And I'm just going to give that a whisk to dilute that soup. And I'm just going to start to take up some of those peppers and onions. And you could have removed these ahead of time. I'm just trying to maximize my time here, so you could totally do it this way. And don't worry about cross-contamination because all of this is going into the oven to cook. Now we're just going to mix that in here. And then I've got my prepared casserole dish, so that soup mixture with the peppers and onions we'll put in and spread it along the bottom. And then to this we're going to add in about 1/2 cup of cheese. I'm using 3 different kinds of cheese. So on this first layer of cheese, I'm using sharp cheddar. All right, now our chicken is good and browned. So I'm going to kind of just nestle it into this sauce so that the sauce kind of comes up around it. But all of this stuffing that we put into the chicken is also going to cook out. And I'm going to get the rest of those peppers and onions. Now we're going to use our other cheese. And this is a total of 1.5 cups. So I put sharp cheddar in with the soup mix. And then to the top, I'm using about 1/2 cup of Monterey Jack. And 1/2 cup of pepper jack just to give it a little kick. And you can always add more. Now, isn't that just the prettiest thing? So what we'll do now is we will put this into our oven, which is set at 375 degrees, and we'll cook it just until that chicken reads 165 degrees with an internal thermometer. So we'll be back. Okay, so we have taken our cheese and bacon stuffed and smothered chicken casserole out after about 20 to 25 minutes. And I've got the other half of that crumbled bacon that we're just gonna put over the top. Sorry, this makes me extremely happy. It's so good, so very good. And I'm not a fan of using cream of soups, but this one is worth it. It's worth it. So back in the oven, this will go for about 5 minutes. Okay, we're back. We finished that 20 to 25 minute cook time and an additional 5 minutes to get that bacon nice and crispy on the top. And y'all, it's beautiful. I would pick it up and show you, but it's gorgeous. And we've just got all this. I mean, that is the level of cheese that came off of this whenever I picked it up out of the pan. So I'm just gonna take a little bite because it's still blazing hot. And I'm gonna get some of the chicken and some of that stuffing. Oh, look at that cheesy, beautiful goodness right there. We're gonna see if I get 3rd-degree burns on the inside of my mouth. Okay, I think it's cool enough. I lost some. Creamy, decadent, delicious. Okay, I'm gonna take the rest of the bite. That was my test bite to make sure it wasn't too hot. That chicken is tender and juicy, even though we butterflied those breasts and then made thin pieces. It's just, I mean, it's just absolutely, it's just fabulous. I can't wait to eat. I'm not going to stand here in front of you guys, but this is the ultimate in comfort food. This would be delicious served with a great salad or even pasta. It's fantastic. This recipe can be found over at thebutteredhome.com. Just like all of our recipes, it's free to use with a free printable recipe card. We only ask that you sign up for our email so that you can continue to get these free recipes. That's the best way you can support your favorite creators, is to go directly to their websites and sign up for their email list. If you want to, make sure you're following us on all of our social channels. We have a really good time. And you never know when I'm going to pop in and make a complete and utter fool out of myself. And you don't want to miss that, I promise. If you want all of our videos in one convenient place, head over to YouTube and search for The Buttered Home. And when you find us, hit that subscribe button and ding the bell so that you can be notified when we drop new videos like this one. Big D just got home from work, so it's time for him to eat. He'll be happy. Chicken's not his favorite, but he'll forget all about that with one bite of this. So from all of us here at The Buttered Home to your home, we sure love y'all. Bye.